Good Saturday morning, good Sunday morning, pipe smokers. Sun coming up, coffee going down. So used to saying Saturday, it's in my head. Obviously, those that follow me know that yesterday was the Friday and Saturday was the Ohio Pipe Show. I have to say before I even get started, it is going to be a long video. I got a bunch to go through. I got there about 12:30 Friday, and the show don't start till 5. And before I even get started, I just got to say, everybody knows I'm a straight shooter. You go back and watch my older videos, and like last year's show, I was disappointed. If a lot of the vendors didn't show up last year still from the COVID crap going on, even though it was basically over, and a lot of open tables last year. It just wasn't the same. This year, it's back bigger, badder than ever. It was amazing. Every table in the banquet room was full. There was no room left. He said he couldn't get any more tables in the room. They would have had to start to put them out in the hallway. I mean, the place was just big success. Everything was back, and then some. So many pipes, there was just, you couldn't take it all in. Bunch of tobacco. Again, if you know me and follow me, you know I'm a big Perique guy. So obviously, when I walked into the hotel at 12:30, who do I see standing at the hotel lobby waiting to check in? Mark Ryan, the man who saved Perique. So he was talking to the hotel clerk. He turned around, he seen me carrying my pipe bag and everything in, and he shook my hand and started to tell me who he was, and I interrupted him right away. I said, "I know who you are." He started laughing, and that was probably one of the highlights of my show right there. I hung out with him and talked with him a bunch throughout the show. Funny stories. I drummed up, though he didn't need it anyway, I drummed him up a ton of business. Everybody that was going by that knew me, I was telling him to go to his table, and the stuff he had that was gone, discontinued, you can't get it anymore. And he was just laughing how many people I had send him his way, and he ended up giving me a gift for drumming up so much business for him. But a great guy. That's when the show started for me, was 12:30. I got checked in. So I'm walking down the hallway towards the show just to get a sneak peek of the vendors setting up. And who do I see walking down the hallway? Odie, WKRP in Cincinnati. So me and him hung out for a while. And then Cole, Big Country Briar, showed up, another West Virginia boy, still smoking the HH Bowl, Kentucky, fantastic stuff. And Cole showed up, and we ended up going down to the hotel bar where I met a bunch of other people, mostly lurkers at the beginning. And honestly, it is so humbling when you get all these people just come up to you and treat you like you're a damn celebrity, even though you're not. You know what I mean? It's just because they know your face. I mean, it's just unreal. You get so many people come up to you. A guy from Missouri, a guy from North Carolina, Spike and his wife, Spike Herbert and his wife come every year. As soon as he come in the hotel room, big old smile waving at me at the hotel bar. Just so many people. So we were sitting at the bar there for a while. And then magically Odie disappears, WKRP in Cincinnati, and I think it was me and Cole was still there. And I was like, and Steve Hammond, Lefty 68, I believe that's his name. I can never remember. There's Lefty me and there's a Lefty 68. I believe it's Lefty 68. Yes, it is, because he got a 68 Dunhill birthday pipe. So we were standing there at the bar, and Odie nowhere to be seen. And I'm like, that little dirty son of a, I know where he's at. 'Cause it was about 4 o'clock, getting about 10 to 4. So I'm like, I know where he's at. The show don't start till 5, so we jet back down towards the show. Sure as shit, there's Odie inside the show, sneaking around already. So me and Cole sneak into the show. We walk in. We're looking around. I start talking to a bunch of the different pipe makers that are there. As always, you know, and I'm chatting with Tim West, Mark Ryan, everybody that was there, you know. And I had bought some things already before the show even started. I mean, quite a few things. And of course, there was an Asian guy there that was in the show buying up all the esoterica. I mean, it was gone, which I didn't want any anyway. I just thought it was hilarious. And next thing I know, Odie's gone. I don't see him anywhere. So I'm looking around and I see his name. I didn't know what his name was. His name was Andre, I believe. Big guy. He's a member of the show committee. He walks over to Cole and he says something to him, but I don't know what he said. And all I heard was Cole say, okay. And I mean, Cole just like jetted out of the show. I mean, he was just like gone. So I was assuming that he got kicked out. And sure as hell he did. And I was laughing my ass off because the guy had walked right by me and kicked Odie and Cole out and left me in the show. And it was like, honest to God, it was like kids in the candy store. I was looking out into the hallway where they were, and they were like peeking in, looking, and I was in there making fun of them, waving at them. That was funny, but I ended up going out too. I didn't stay in there without them. So then later on in the afternoon, Mr. Scripto gets there, Steel Valley Piper gets there, Chuck with his son. I'm terrible with names now. I think his son's name was Alex. We hung out with them guys the whole show. Greg Tunneltake, Corvette Jim, Steve Hammond. You always forget somebody. Uncle Willie, Mike Cainrod Piper. I mean, everybody was there that's basically around the East Coast area. You know, I know I'm going to forget somebody. St. David Pipes. The Pipe Cottage, I believe his name's Alan. He was there. Mutton Chop Piper. Jeez. Just a lot of people. So we hung out in the show there for a while and bought a bunch of stuff. I got a ton of stuff to show you, stuff I'm excited about. And about 8 o'clock, 8:30, we always go to dinner somewhere. And we went to the same place we went to last year at Schmidt's down in German Village. I think that's what you call it, or Germantown. Had a great time down there. And we arrived back at the hotel about 10 o'clock. And oh, and Kyle, the pipe professor. I can't believe how I forgot his name. That's what was reminding me. We went back outside to the hotel outdoors there, and we shut the place down. The YouTube pipe community members shut her down, boys. We Kyle had like 4 or 5 bottles of bourbon, and I brought a 11-year-old Smooth Ambler Old Scout, like 120 proof. And we cracked all them bad boys open, and we had sipping cups, and we just sat out there the whole night. Lots of good stories. I wrote a couple things down so I don't forget. We were all sitting around this big round table outside, and there was this guy across from us. So there was one open seat left. He asked if he could sit down with us, and this guy was shit slam face drunk. He was hilarious. We were sitting there, you know, throughout the evening, and just he'd hold his cup up and wanted some bourbon, and I'd pour some bourbon in his cup, and he'd be like, "God bless you, God bless you." And 20 minutes to go by, the guy wouldn't talk at all. He just was like staring straight into a daze. We were all chatting, and all of a sudden he'd point across the table, and he, honestly, he'd be like, "Hey!" Just like he knew somebody was trying to talk. It was hilarious. So we all started kind of like teasing each other. Cole was across the table from me, and I'd be like, "Hey!" And we were all laughing about that. And the guy when we ended up leaving, he left his pipe there. Mr. Scripto found it at the end of the night there, and he got it back the next day, so that's cool. But I made it till about 1:30, I think it was, and I went up, and Cole and Mr. Scripto stayed down there. So there was a couple guys left, and I got back up about 6. Had breakfast in the hotel. Had a nice chat with Steve Fallon, pipe stud. Of course, I can't forget our old worldly guy, Jim. If you haven't heard the story before, this was the pipe show back in like 2018, I believe, before COVID, maybe 17. Me and Kyle, the pipe professor, was at the show, and we were sitting outside, and that guy, Jim, had sat down with us at a table, and we just started chatting up. Old guy like that. I mean, he's got all these old stories, and he was in the military and all the places he worked and did things. And long story short, I had noticed what he was smoking. He looked like he had a cheap pipe, and he was smoking like a Codger blend, an old half and half blend or something like that. And I thought he was just an older guy that didn't know anything about the tobaccos that are available online. The only he knew about was like dollar Rite Aid blends, whatever. And after he had left, I made a video about that year as a recap like I'm doing now, and he ended up watching and found me and watched my video, and him and his daughters got a kick out of me talking about him. But he's a great guy. I mean, you can sit there and talk to him for hours. It was nice seeing him again. What else? Oh, I had a guy associated with the pipe club come up to me and thank me as well. And I never thought about it like that before, but he's like, you're an ambassador to the pipe tobacco community, what you guys do, not just the YouTube guys, but he was talking about in general, like the Facebook group guys, the guys on Instagram, the guys in all these different clubs, the pipe forums, to keeping the tobacco, the hobby, the pipes going from generation to generation. And he's right in a way, bringing in the younger guys like Steel Valley Piper's son, I believe his name was Alex. The younger guys, bringing him in, getting him into pipes, the hobby, get him to learn about the traditions, the histories. Oh, and also how ironic, I had mentioned like last video or the video before about the prices of tobacco going up. Well, if that wasn't spot on is what I hear. I was talking to another representative at the show that just got the word Friday that his tobacco prices are going up 20%. So take it for what it's worth. What else? Trying to think. But we had a great time as always. I bought a bunch of tobacco bulk, but not a bunch of tobacco, if that makes any sense. I'll show you here in a minute. Scotty Purcell was there selling the long shank pipes. Raw Crafted was there. Vermont Freehand had stuff there. As I said, Tim West was there as always. I had met so many people that come up to me that wanted to meet me and take pictures with me. The one guy in particular, his name is Andy, Captain Andy Garner. You want to freeze this, if you're in the area, if you want to freeze this picture. He's in the Outer Banks, North Carolina down there. Him and his wife, they come up to me and he was just talking to me. He said he wanted to meet me. They always watch my channel. We took a picture and he had said, apparently he's seen my fishing videos as well. And they own a charter business down there. And he said, me and my wife, when we ever want to come down, that they would hook us up and take us out and have a great time. So that's awesome. My wife's like ready to go now, Andy. She's like, let's go. So as we were there, he was walking through the show and he come back and he said, you don't have any pipes here, do you? And I'm like, no, I usually don't sell at the shows because, wow, the video's already at 15 minutes. Because I really don't sell at the shows, I say, because I don't like being stuck behind a table. I like to socialize with everybody outside and mingle when I don't want to be stuck inside. So, but he's like, do you have any pipes? And I'm like, I have one left on eBay. So he bought it. I showed him the picture. He bought it. Give me the money at the show and I'm going to ship it to him tomorrow. So that was cool. I sell a pipe and I don't even bring any to the show. So let's get into the goodies. As I said, Mark Ryan, one of my heroes. I love Perique, and if you know, you know, the stuff's gone. His stuff is drying up. You can't find it. He brought what he said is his last stashes of tobacco. That's all he has left, he said. So I'm going to try to go through this fairly fast. We're already at 16 minutes. We have Naspc, St. James Perique, 1 pound. And those of you that know, this is 1 pound of tobacco. This is 1 pound of dry tobacco. When you open this up, this is all 1 pound of tobacco. Like Cornell and Deal, 1 pound of Cornell and Deal, half of it's moisture and wet. This is actually 1 pound of tobacco. I'll need several large mason jars just to fill one of these up. Naspc, Acadian Perique, the AP. Now this one I'm very curious and interested about. I've never seen this one. Perique processed dark fired. I'm sure a lot of you have. Can't wait to try that one. Another pound of the SJ, St. James Perique. And I picked up Ramback Balkan, another pound. So there was 5 pounds right there. I picked up, he was selling them for $25 a piece or 5 for 100. So of course I bought the 5 for 100. Never gonna be able to get the stuff again. So Steve Hammond, Lefty 68, had gifted me a Perique cigar last year with his Perique in it. And I never got around to smoking it. Oh, also Temper Tantrum was there before I forget. He was there Friday night. I believe it was Friday night. But he didn't stay long. So, as I was saying about the cigars, I was checking them out. Perique cigars. Look at them! I had already gifted some away. I smoked one immediately after I bought the box because I wanted to try them. 1881s. If you ever had these, leave your comments below. Discovered a dark velvety tobacco, now known as Perique. This rare tobacco has earned the reputation of one of the most complex and flavorful in the world, highly coveted for its fruity, spicy flavors and powerful aroma. Today's Perique is fermented in oak whiskey barrels in St. James Parish, Louisiana, and masterfully blended by hand with select 15-year-aged Philippine and Brazilian tobaccos to produce an exceptional cigar. Enrich your smoking experience today. $100 for a box of 25. I've had to buy a box. It's not gonna knock you on your feet with a wow, but they are good. They're one-dimensional. It's just Perique. They burn excellent. Cole had smoked one and loved it that night as well. On the retro hail, it's phenomenal. You pick up all the Perique, what you'd pick up. Amazing. Glad I bought it. So then I was talking to him as well, and he had these on the table. And I was like, I have to. Got a box of them, or a carton of those. Little cigars. Never had these either. If you want to leave some comments below, I'll be having some giveaways, obviously, with some of this stuff. If you ever had these, let me know. I picked up those. And I picked up these. Have you ever seen these before? Naspc large cigars. Where are we at here? One of them had a description on it somewhere. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it now. Anyway, if you've had those, leave your comments below as well. And that was all from the Mark Ryan table. I didn't really grab a bunch of tobacco. I mean, I did, but I didn't. I mean, obviously there's 5 pounds right there. As far as tins go, sorry about this being so long of a video. I told you I wasn't looking for any unicorns, and I wasn't gonna buy any. Cole had come across a 20-year-old Christmas cheer, and the guy had a couple sitting there, and I already still have some in my cellar. I didn't need any, absolutely didn't need any. And he had them for 80 bucks a piece, and that's not bad for the going price nowadays. You're looking over $100, if not more. And he had the price on it. I asked him how much the 20-year-old was. Because obviously I thought it was going to be more than the ones he had that were, you know, some of the newer ones. And they were all still 80, so of course I took the 2003 Christmas cheer. 80 bucks. Picked up 2 more tins of Solani Burley Flake. I picked up 2 more tins of Robert Lewis Tree Mixture. They look older tins. Robert McConnell Scottish Cake, older one. And I picked up, I have no idea what this one even is. Argosy Black, superior smoking mixture of all dark tobaccos. The price on it originally was $6.99. Obviously it's old. I have no idea what's in this. If you know, let me know. True Choice dark tobaccos joined by master blenders with gentle aromatics to give discriminating soft smoke. Like I said, I have no idea what's in that, but it looked cool and it was old. Picked up some Captain Earl's Pressed Honor Blend. The big 2 ounce. Obviously that looks old as well. Blend of Red Virginia, Mild Cavendish, Turkish, and Perique. Looks pretty cool. And I picked up some old 10 Russians, Captain Earl's 10 Russians from 1998. And obviously Latakia blends don't really age well. I mean, they don't get any better really, but this has got to be one smooth smoke. Hermit Tobacco Works, Pioneer, Ohio. That has to be old as well, obviously 1998. So that was it with the tobacco. Oh no, I'm sorry, I got a couple more maybe here. I can't even remember. Corvette Jim. Thank you, Jim. Greg Tunnel Take gifted a bunch of us these cool lighters. I should have made this a 2-part video. Very cool. Look at it! All your pipe tools. Look at it! Very nice. Thanks, Greg. I definitely apologize for the long video. I always grab some briar. I didn't get crazy this year. I just bought 10 blocks and Primo from Rawcraft always gives me like 1 or 2 extras. So I picked up 10 very nice dry aged blocks. Small, these are the small ones, but I'll get nice shaped pipes out of these. I picked up 10 of them. Very nice clean briar. And I wasn't in, I made fun of it when I heard about that Strike Force coming out and how you gotta buy so many tins and you look for the gold coin and blah, blah, blah. What did I say? Strike Force, Pipe Force, whatever. I got 2 of the patches, pretty cool. And they had these gift packs, $5 a piece, of every one of the Pipe Force blends. And I'm telling you, these things are heavy. I picked up 2 of those, and I mainly just got them just to review. Give me something to review. So that's cool. There's a lot of weight there for $5. Just read a quick description here. A woody, tangy mixture with select Virginia leaf, elevated with stove Catarini, adding dark berry and spice. Dark fired Kentucky, St. James Parish Perique, enrich the base with earthy notes, pepper, light smokiness. A savory evolution from the natural sweetness, a dark flavor of the Virginia Perique genre, richness with nuance all the way down. So I'll be reviewing those. Stay tuned for that, and I'll gift some of them away as well. And last but not least, 2 more things here to go over. As I said, Mark Ryan had thanked me for drumming him up so much business and buying so much myself. He gifted me a cigar pouch to take away. 2-finger cigar. That's very cool. Nice. It was great to see him. He hasn't been there for quite a few years. And let's see here. I stated about Andy and the fishing charter. That was really cool. I really might take him up on that, actually. And I bought some tickets to help support the show, the raffle they have. And I didn't realize, I had bought 20 tickets, $20. And each little individual ticket, you have to write your name and your phone number on. And I was like, oh shit, I don't want to sit here and write all these damn tickets out. So I was actually just gonna throw them in there and just give them the $20 and just, honestly donate. So I started filling out my name. I just put Brian on the tickets with my phone number. And they were starting the drawings, and as soon as I was getting ready to go back outside, smoke with the guys, I was in the hallway, and I heard him say Brian, and that's all he'd said, and then the phone number. I didn't even hear what it was I won. I went back in, and I was like, yo, and give me this envelope. I didn't even know what it was. I'd walk back outside. And the guys are all like, what'd you get? What'd you get? Check this out. Obviously, I know you can't read that. Please accept this certificate for a one-night stay with breakfast for two at the Crown Plaza, Columbus North. I won my free hotel room for next year's show already. That is amazingly awesome. I already have my show booked, my room booked. That was very nice. Now, I don't honestly know if I had actually won anything else. I went back outside when they were calling all the names. Supposedly they were going to let you know by phone numbers if you didn't come and claim your prize. So I don't know if I won anything else or not. But that was very cool. Wow, this video has been a half hour. This is the longest video I think I've ever made. But as I had said, the show was definitely back, bigger than ever. Very happy. The tables were all taken. There was no room to move, is what you want to see and what you like. Great time. It was sad. Everybody packing up and leaving. Everybody telling everybody goodbye. So sad. We are planning a Boswell's meetup. It's looking like it's going to be few of the guys had mentioned the week of the Vegas show for the East Coast guys that can't make it to Vegas, to have it that Saturday. I believe it was like October 14th or 18th, I'm not sure, but when I get some more info, I'll let everybody know the date for sure for the Boswell's meetup. Definitely going to have one this fall. I'm done rambling. I'm going to try and get something done today. Again, all the people, everybody calls them lurkers, but I call them friends as well. Everybody that I've met at the show that I don't remember your name, don't remember who you are, thank you as well. It was awesome to meet all you guys as well. I told a lot of people that follow me, you know, they obviously know what I look like, but I didn't know who they were. So they had to come up and introduce themselves to me, and boy, they sure did. It was just like every 10 minutes, somebody coming up to me. It was a great show. There was a lot of people there for the first time. I wish we were doing it again next weekend. Oh, Eric, the blue-collar pipe smoker. Forgot about him and his dad. Larry Blackett. I'm sorry if I forget somebody. You know how it goes. It's just so many people. Hope everybody has a great work week. I will be back, as always, next Saturday. Talk to you boys and girls. Later. Just a quick heads up. I knew I'd forget somebody. I hate to leave anybody out. It just come to my name. Brad, the bearded pipe guy, he was there as well. Didn't want to forget about him.